Hello everyone, I'm Aisha, and you are tuned in to the 626th episode of our Here and Now podcast. Today, we bring you the latest buzz from the insurance industry, so let's dive right in. Our first story today comes from the Sentinel. Assam has rolled out a new health insurance scheme for its artist community, and the registration process just got a digital upgrade. A dedicated online portal was launched at the Ideo Cinema Hall under the State Film Finance and Development Corporation, marking a significant step towards strengthening social security for creative professionals. During the virtual inauguration, the minister highlighted how essential artists are in keeping Assam cultural identity vibrant and why protecting them from rising medical costs has become a priority. The scheme is open to artists across a wide range of fields: acting, music, dance, fine arts, cartooning, and more. Depending on age, coverage will range from 3 to 6 lakh rupees, with benefits lasting 3 years. A committee will review applications and give preference to artists with national or international recognition. Registrations are now open online until January 7, 2026. Speakers at the event emphasized the importance of welfare, awareness, and mutual support within the artist community. Moving on to our next story, this one from the Financial Express. Parliament has given the green light to the Sabka Bima Sabki Raksha Amendment of Insurance Laws Bill 2025, a major reform that raises the foreign direct investment limit in the insurance sector from 74% all the way to 100%. The Rajya Sabha cleared the bill through a voice vote just a day after it sailed through the Lok Sabha. This change is expected to open the doors to more foreign capital, strengthen governance practices, encourage innovation, and help deepen insurance penetration across the country. According to the government, the move should also make it easier for global insurers to operate in India without the earlier requirement of finding joint venture partners. Increased competition, they believe, could eventually translate into lower premiums for consumers. Industry voices have also responded positively, noting that higher FDI can help the sector handle more complex risks, build stronger technical capabilities, and improve overall financial resilience, something the industry has been seeking for a long time. Moving on to our next story from The Quint. Today's work culture looks very different from what it used to be. For many younger professionals, the line between office hours and personal time has almost disappeared. Long work days, constant digital connectivity, and rising pressure to perform have led to early signs of lifestyle-related health issues. This shift is pushing people to think more seriously about how they manage both their health and their financial security. Wearables and health tracking apps are helping individuals catch early warning signs, but they can't replace long-term protection. That's where health insurance steps in. Many young workers still depend entirely on employer-provided cover, but a job change, a break in employment, or an unexpected illness can quickly reveal how limited that safety net can be. Personal health insurance provides continuity, broader coverage, and financial support during medical emergencies. Paired with long-term financial planning, it's becoming a practical way to stay prepared for rising healthcare costs and future uncertainties. In a fast-changing work environment, this combination is emerging as a key strategy for long-term stability and peace of mind. And for our final story today, from the New Indian Express, we turn to an important regulatory update. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India has rolled out a series of measures designed to strengthen policyholder protection, especially in the motor insurance space. The new rules place a strong emphasis on transparent, time-bound, and fair claim settlement practices, ensuring customers aren't subjected to arbitrary deductions or pressured into accepting unfavorable settlements. Under the 24 framework, insurers must operate with board-approved claim settlement policies and clearly communicate the roles and responsibilities of surveyors or loss assessors. Any deduction made during a claim must be reasonable and supported by proper documentation, bringing greater clarity and accountability to the process. There are already signs of progress. Motor-related complaints have dipped from 26.18% to 24.8% year-on-year, and nearly all complaints filed with the Insurance Ombudsman over the past 3 years have been resolved. Smaller claims, those under Rs 50,000, no longer require mandatory surveys, with many insurers now relying on app-based, AI-driven assessments to speed things up. The regulator has also warned that surveyors who fail to act professionally or compromise policyholder interests may face suspension. All in all, these reforms aim to make motor insurance claims quicker, more transparent, and far more consumer friendly. And with that, we conclude today's episode. We hope you found these news updates helpful and insightful. As always, our podcast Here and Now will continue to bring you more such insurance updates. Until then, take care, goodbye, and have a great week.